Non-fungible idiots, don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's our everything. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We won't make a dollar, won't sell a thing. We're the zero holders, so anthem we sing.
Good morning, fellow D-Gens. Does that work? Is that believable? Do I seem like a D-Gen? Good morning, guys. Happy Sunday. I hope I got some nerds watching. Jonah, you're a nerd? I don't know. I don't want to assume anything here. Man, how fucking cool is this? I hope you saw this last night, man. I'm a nerd. I'm obviously a fucking nerd here. This is awesome. I'm not going to spend long on this, but Dr. Doom movie, like Avengers movie. What's it called? Doomsville, Doom something. But if you did not see it, and if you're not a nerd, you probably didn't see it, but holy cow, freaking cool. I love these big reveals, these big moments. It doesn't matter if it's like movies or anything pop culture. I like these big splashy things that gets a reaction. This is a big one yesterday. San Diego Comic-Con, which the Pudgy Penguins are at, guys. So cool, man. No one had any idea. Okay, you are one of us. Cool. Dude, nobody had any idea. Like, rumors were just starting to come out in the past, like, week that Robert Downey Jr. was maybe going to play a villain. Like, maybe Dr. Doom. There were rumors that, like, Dr. Doom was going to be what they pivoted to after the Kang stuff kind of blew up. But there it is, man. I think it's freaking awesome. Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. freaking Doom. So, like, right, they got a Fantastic Four movie coming, and they're doing all this multiverse stuff. It's cool. Marvel's sucked lately, too, for years. Like, Endgame was the last, like, awesome thing. And I'm like anybody else who's gotten that superhero fatigue. It's been so boring, but this looks cool. And I think today's Deadpool day, so we'll see. Anyway, good morning, guys. Trump yesterday. How was it? I caught bits and pieces. I'm probably like halfway through the speech. It sounded awesome. Like, it sounded really cool. He said a lot of the things I think we were hoping he would say, and I think it went deeper than I was expecting. At the same time, it was surface level, but he talked about some things I just didn't think he would mention. Even the price of Bitcoin, I didn't think he would mention it. And I think that the thing that probably strikes me the most is, I don't know if you can rehearse this or fake it. I think he really gets it, and I think he appreciates that special magic this space has. Like, the guy talks about sitting in a round table with builders in this space, right? He's like, man, you guys got something different. He's like, I'm used to sitting in these business meetings, and it's cutthroat. Like, these people, of course, they've got this mutual respect, but they want to kill each other. And this space is so unique where this space wants to build each other up. And it feels like that, right? We mostly feel that in NFTs and crypto. There's PvP for sure. For sure. And sometimes it gets ugly. But for the most part, it's everybody rooting for everybody, and it's everybody sharing tech. And I've not seen that many other places. And hearing Trump comment on things like that makes me think, man, I think he really does see what's special, what's unique about this stuff. And it's like I always say, when you get that aha moment, it changes you. In the same way I thought Trump a few weeks back, taking that bullet, can change you as a person. Those near-death experiences change you. Crypto changed me. It did. When I understood how this reshapes everything, everything. I mean, just a blanket statement. It reshapes everything. It changes you. It changes, what you believe the potential of anything can be, because this stuff allows that. So it feels like Trump had that moment, and it feels like he is a changed person to some degree, and I love to see it, man. Gravity, you hate that man so much. You really hate that man. No, I don't agree. At least what I heard. I need to hear more. Again, that's why I say it's surface level. He's not a technical guy, but I think he understands he's around very technical people, and I think he understands there's a kind of energy here. Yeah, maybe. Again, I want to watch the whole thing, but that's not my takeaway from it at all. But we'll run through that. I'm curious, and I want to hear everybody's thoughts. But there was enough there that sounded real to me. And was he reading off a script, though? Does he do that, or does he, like, ad-lib the whole thing? I cannot tell with him. I mean, I can definitely tell when he's going off the teleprompter, because he's, like, robotic, right? He used to have, like, gospel music playing in the background while he was reading off a script, and that was crazy. Yeah, but that's how he talks. He's a dummy. Like, and it's just how he talks. Have fun playing with your Bitcoin and other things. Like, he just talks like a moron. But I think he gets it. Like, we're having fun with it. That actually is what makes me think he gets it. He understands we're being fucking idiots here, and we're just playing at the same time, building really, really crazy innovative stuff. But we're having fun. That statement, actually, we read it completely different. That tells me he gets the spirit of this stuff. Like, we're having a blast doing this, aren't we? So I read that very different. I think he sees that little special spark, and he's not that. That was another part I saw. He's like, you guys high IQ people, like, I'm not, like, you guys are a little different, man. I think he sees it. I think it clicked. You know, it's like, when it clicked for me, I couldn't talk this stuff to any. I couldn't explain it. I would try, and I would just fumble, and I would just whatever, you know? When it first clicked, there's no way I could speak in a way that made people think I understood crypto. It was just impossible, but he's probably there. It feels very, very genuine that something clicked with him, though. And it's probably what clicked is a lot of people will probably be voting for him over it. That's something that'll help it click, for sure. And the money, making money makes it click, for sure. But it is important for this country, I think, to hold it in the strategic reserve. And him, I don't think he would just arbitrarily say we should be buying as much. Did he say we should hold as much as we hold gold? I know RFK said that. I can't remember if that was Trump's exact position. Trump coming out and saying he believes Bitcoin is going to be worth, market cap-wise, as much or more than gold. I mean, that's not a thing you say casually. That's a thing that tells you the man believes in it. That's why. Did he say that in there? That's incredible. We should get to that stuff pretty quick here. Looking at crypto real quick here. Bitcoin down in the past 24 hours. Funny. Same with ETH. Same with Solana. By the way, my video yesterday got zapped. The Olympics stuff is insane, man. You've probably heard out there they've been taking down anybody reposting any clips of the Olympics. If you watched yesterday, what did I show? Like a minute? And I don't even know if I did audio. I think I did that metal band, Gojira or whatever. I think I played a little audio from that. So I got like a little copyright thing from that. But they full-on blocked my video because I showed that section of the opening. And I don't think I played audio. I think I had it. I don't remember. I think I had it muted, and it was just a video playing. But yesterday's video full-on blocked for that, which is insane. Man, those people are nuts. Yeah, just freaking weird. Might have a special guest today. Older brother, Tickle Snarf, who's been, and actually is still out at Bitcoin Nashville. He's been doing cool shit out there, so he may be coming on, talking about what he's seen out there. Cool stuff going on in the world of Epic, too. They gave Trump a wallet. They gave him a seed phrase to a wallet that has a bunch of Epic, which is pretty cool. He probably gets a lot of that. Top NFT collections, man. I think we yet again have these shitty Polygon collections. I might peek at these. I'm not going to waste your time and go too far into that, but Ornal's cooking. I don't know what specifically, but Ornal's. I got to peek at Minizuki. I just want to see if that's one of those money laundering collections. But really, OMB might be your top NFT collection. Oh, dude, interesting Bitcoin stuff's cooking here, kind of at the tail end of the conference. Yeah, let's check. Okay. We go to OpenSea. If we see in the description it's hold X number of NFTs to earn USDT, then it's a bullshit collection. Yeah, this is another one of those. These suck. To me, these are full-on money laundering. Hold, 100 NFTs, hold more than 50, and you earn 150 USDT daily. Like, this feels like money laundering. And reason being, we keep seeing these pop up, in some periods it's on a daily basis, but as of right now, there's ones popping up every few weeks, and they come up in bulk, right? This was just created, this month. So this might have been created yesterday. And it's people just moving money around. Yeah, this is brand new. It's so shady, man. But yeah. Yeah, it's fake. It's pure money laundering. Buy NFTs, so go spend your money here, and we'll send you USDT. It's literally money laundering. And you're not going to find these, as best as I've always been able to tell, you're not going to find them traded. This is actually a little different. You usually don't see them traded on any marketplace. As far as I could tell, like, I don't know if these were done via contract mostly. Now, this one, obviously stuff going on here, but these aren't real. You're not going to find any social media for these guys. You're not going to find a website. Guarantee that. Without having looked at this one, it's how the other ones have worked. So they're fake, and again, I feel pretty confident saying it's just money laundering. Like, this one just doesn't even exist over there now. Probably because OpenSea probably zapped it. Genesis Ape. Base King, assuming it's the same thing here. Stupid stuff, but I like it. Actually, you guys remember I mentioned to Randy about chaos mode. Yeah, see, another one of these. I want chaos mode on CryptoSlam, as in you go to the homepage, and right now we got a filter for fungible tokens and non-fungible. And by fungible, it's just BRC20s, and I think SPL20s as well. But I want something you toggle on, and it's chaos mode. It shows everything. So I'm talking like wash trades, the money laundering stuff, just everything. And the BRC20s, like the fungible stuff, like just everything. And I'd love to see how things stack up with just no filters, like all the shitty stuff too. It'd be wild. I think the space will look a little different because we just crawl the blockchain. So I think it'd be interesting for people to see what's happening on chain. All right, let's move on. I just want to peek at the top collectible sales. Just see what if we had any big sales. Again, Ordinal's cooking. Soul Punk, interesting. Some Crypto Punks, weird. Yeah, weird 24 hours for sales. And then let's spot check Magic Eden floor prices. Again, haven't looked at this. You guys saw there was initially what looked like a 60, what am I trying to say here? Quantum Cats. Someone swept 60 of these bad boys. It looked like that. Transaction got reverted, I think, because one person in that sweep delisted. I think that's how it works. 60 sounds like a lot. I can't imagine it was that many, but it was a lot. I think it was like 6 Bitcoin worth, so that couldn't be 60. Maybe it was 20. Anyway, it got reverted because somebody who was had theirs listed delisted when they saw it was getting bought up, and they didn't want it to go, which I've done that before. I've done that when I see somebody sweep, and I go and I rush and I delist my stuff, but that reverted the transaction. He's not gone back and reswept since, but interesting to see. There's a lot of eyes on that collection. More and more at these conferences, I think when you get these big, I don't know, you just get these big gatherings and people with a lot of money out there, seeing Quantum Cats that they're just different, man. They're just different. And they want in. I think they see that kind of opportunity there. Kind of down day yesterday, though. So I'm curious what ordinals were really cooking yesterday. Not going to dive in right now. ETH collection's down floor price-wise. And how we looking on Solana? It's funny, man. Good morning, Cats. Good to see you, man. Good morning, Awful Eye. Let me throw up. Awful Eye's got a new piece for sale over on Super Rare. Love this guy, by the way. Dude, I check Faultline a lot. We had a little quake up here. I live in the northwest burbs, like of Chicago, and maybe like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, we had a quake, and I checked it out, and it was there. Super cool, man. This is it, huh? This is the new collection? I love it. Man, you're in those you're in that core crypto art circle, aren't you? I know you're pals with Coldy. Now I see Guy with the most likes. Good shit, dude. I think this is the new collection. Pretty damn sure. Do you have two brand new ones out now? I can't tell. I know this is the new one. And I know you were sharing those work in progresses along the way. I love that one. But I in the Matrix. I can't remember if that's new. Dude, I use it for that. Whenever there's news of a big quake too, I go to that thing and I look. It's really cool. Okay, got it. So, okay, this is the new one. Got it. Okay, cool. Is it additions? Or is this a 1-1? That's so cool, man. Oh, it's a 1-1. Good shit. Dude, I don't think that's going to be out there for long. That's so cool. That's really cool. I'm going to drop a link. Well, I'm going to drop 2 links to Awfulize profile, and then I'll drop that super rare piece. Good stuff, man. Yeah, you're awesome. Here, let's just drop his super rare profile. Okay. Want to talk Trump at Bitcoin 2024 Nashville? We got to talk Otherside, dude. It played out exactly like I thought, and I did not get to play, dude. Yesterday was cool, by the way. I got to touch grass. I saw my mom for the first time in 7 years. So she was up in town. It was really cool. So I was out and about yesterday. I didn't bring my laptop, so I was hoping I could hop in on mobile and just run around for a few, but desktop only. So I didn't get to play it. Did you guys play the Otherside Project Dragon? It played out exactly like I thought, as in gameplay sucked. In case any Yuga guys are watching, I say this with love. Like, honestly, like I big supporter. I love you guys, but I just, I've had issues with the past couple of years, and then even some strategy now. I know you guys are on the right track. Absolutely believe that. Like, big Garga fan. But yeah, it didn't look good from the trailers, which they acknowledged, but the gameplay ended up being even worse. You can't stress test, privately behind the scenes, thousands of people being in an instance. You can't. It probably would have been better marketing-wise to not announce it as the first iteration, even if you're going to say it's going to get better. Probably better to say this is an alpha. This is like a pre-alpha. Make it sound like this isn't anything close to release, which again they did in their own way, but you probably want to call that an alpha build, not even beta. Not like, you know what I mean? Frame it like this is the roughest in the rough. Expect things to go wrong. Put it out there that you're stress testing too. People, I think it would have gone over a little better. And I don't know that the reception was bad to it yet. But again, the comments I saw from NFT Bark, Steve, right? It sounded like exactly like I thought it was going to be. Oh, okay, hang on. This will be fun, Christian. Good mayhem? At least I'm hoping that it was a good time, because that's kind of all that matters. Man, you can run around as stick figures and nothing working, but if it's a good time, that's all that matters. And I'll tell you what, when you get like a couple thousand people together, that's the recipe to have a good time no matter what happens. So I hope mission accomplished there, What should we touch on first? Trump and we got to get to that new Dogecoin, man. If you guys don't know that story, the lady who owned the Doge dog who passed away earlier this year, you guys remember that? So she got a new dog, and it's called Nero. Let's do that real quick, because we don't need to spend too long on that. Dog's name is, I think it's like Nero. So Kabosu. I think that's the new dog, actually. I think. Okay, so the Doge dog passed away earlier this year. She got a new dog, Nero. And of course, there's people making meme coins about it. And of course, people over on Solana are like absolutely crushing and making a ton of money. And man, there's all kinds of drama about which coin is the one. And like, there's no official coin, so it doesn't matter. Other than, right, the owner of the dogs saying there's a certain group that actually owns the rights to it. And this happened earlier this year when the original, Kabosu, hope I say that right, but there's a photo of that dog that was used in the Doge, kind of image, and they own the IP now. They own the rights to the dog. They own the rights to Doge in a way, right? So you see it here. They own the IP. If they release a token, I think maybe they did release one called Dog, maybe, but if they release a token, she recognizes that as the official token. All these other ones popping up, these new Nero tokens, not official. And man, this is where things get a little sketchy, and honestly, it is what it is. But everybody launching tokens, and you get guys like Ansem, which there's a lot of drama around Ansem right now. You know what? Because this dude moves markets with a tweet. Just it is what it is, but that's how it works. Man, he can be in a token and he can be out of it in an instant, and he can tweet about another, and this is what happens to that token. So if I'm looking at the right one, and I'm not sure, but I think this token got up to like a $90 million market cap with Ansem in it. And at some point, he kind of jumps ship. He hops into spaces about another token, and maybe he probably sold his bags. I would guess that probably happened around here. Just to I don't know for sure, guys. But that's what the chart would read like. Somebody sold their bags, somebody gets spooked, everybody dumps, and everybody jumps into another token. I'm not sure that these are the exact tokens. It just kind of, they fit the story, and they kind of line up. But there is a lot of drama about Ansem right now. People really pissed. I saw a tweet from a guy who lost, oh, here it is, actually. This guy lost 2,200 SOL and thinks it's chump change, by the way. Like, these people are nuts. Lost a whole bunch of money going into one of these tokens. And reality is this thing was worth nothing. Shot up to 90 or so market cap, $90 million market cap. And of course these things correct. And of course, a guy like Ansem tweeting about it's going to, kind of send it on its way. But I hate people bitching about meme coins. Even if it's manipulated, even if a guy like Ansem pumps it and comes out and shits on it and it's shady and all that, man, you play with meme coins, you better expect it. You better go into it expecting nothing but manipulation and expect that the guy you support the most is going to fuck you over 10 minutes later. Expect it. You should not go in it expecting anything other than that. Mentally, be prepared for anything, this kind of stuff especially, to happen. This is what the space is. Oh, man. So, dude got wrecked. I mean, also saying 2,200 souls, nothing. So, got wrecked, but also no biggie. But it's... God, Twitter's wild now. It's chaos out there, man. Okay. Hey, Christian, that's really cool to hear. So NFT Bark did a video breakdown. I think we'll do like a kind of reaction to that today. I'm glad you liked it. That's awesome to hear. That makes me feel so good about it, honestly. I love multiplayer games. Love them. Like after this show, I'm going to go chill and play some Destiny. I love multiplayer games, but yeah. Man, I hope we can get into good stuff. We need some wins together, guys. And I think we'll get them. How's the smoking chicken fish thing doing? I almost don't want to look. I gotta check. Smoking. I gotta look. That was my first Solana shitter win. Okay. Oh, I think I did all right with that one. Okay. Yeah, I know I'm bouncing around here. Yeah, I did okay with this one. $45 million market cap right now. I got in around 8 mil. So I ended up getting in here, I think. Yeah. I got in here. I sold. Actually, I didn't do great. I sold, I think, around here. Yeah, I missed a lot. Happy with a win. But guys, I am very fucking committed to really learning that ecosystem. So I got my bot set up in Telegram now, and I think I'm plugged in a couple good spots. I'm ready to play that ecosystem hard. I'm not leaving this cycle without a win here, you know? Yeah, trying to crazy, right? And also, if you got that kind of money where you call that chump change, and you still think like a fucking noob, right? And you're crying about somebody like jumping from token to like all that stuff, it's stupid. It's so dumb. You know. It is what it is. But anyway, guys, maybe the takeaway here, keep your eyes on these Nero tokens, because one of these is going to cook. We have a new Doge. You know what I mean? Like we got a new narrative out there. Whole new dog. Everybody talking about it. Real new though. Like when were these created? I mean, these are a day old. So keep your eyes on these. I won't be shocked, guys, to see one of these hit $1 billion market cap. I'm not going to be shocked at all. So, missed that early enough entry to do like significant damage, but keep your eyes on these things and let's see where we can get plugged in to hear which one is like kind of winning out this, this early race. But again, there's going to be an official meme coin to that dog. It just makes sense, and it makes a lot of sense that that's a $1 billion meme coin. So stay plugged in there. Let me peek some of my channels. Let me just see if anybody's talking and leaning one way or another. You know, Ansem's a good guy to follow on that, I think. Oh, funny. Yeah, there's more talk about Nero than I was expecting, although I should have been expecting it. Check this.
This shit has like $10 million in volume in 5 minutes, and it's only at 10 million. I ape this. Yo, this is mooning. Bro, this just hit 80 million. I'm up like 100 grand. This is for sure going to 200 million. I'm not selling any of this. Wait a second, there's another one? Wait, this one's kind of mooning. Why is Ansem in their space? This is the OG Nero? This one's mooning. And now the other one is nuking. Get me out of this. All right, I just got out break even. I just aped into the OG one. Now this one's mooning. Okay, so this one definitely got chosen as the main one. Bro, now this one's dumping. And the first one is mooning again. Which one is the real one, dude? I'm so confused. How the fuck do I trade this market? Why does everyone always have to do this shit? I just went from being up 100K to breaking even, and then I ate the top of the other one, and now I'm down. I fucking hate this. Yo.
Huh. That's weird. It's a weird video. But it sums up this space. It does. It's exactly what this space is right now. Oh, hey, good shit, man. Okay, fuck. I got to get some skin in the game over there. Which one? Holy cow, which one? One of these is going to cook. I mean, okay, let's consider that one of these is going to 1 billion, you know? We got a 20x in one of these tokens still. Yeah. I mean, a 40x? I don't know if I'm mathing right. Yeah, 40x, I think, if this were to be the one. And to be totally honest, man, what's the market cap of Doge? Dude, this is a huge opportunity. Honestly, this is a really, really big opportunity. You know what we should be doing is watching for that official, those guys who own the Doge IP. It's really they own the IP of that photo, right? But we should be watching to see if they drop a token. Okay, let's see. I just need a little perspective here. Market cap of Doge. Okay, 20 billion. Does Nero have that kind of potential? It has the potential to be multiple billions. It does. It does. Yeah, keep your eye. Guys, we got to really, really take this one a little seriously. Nero could be a $2, $3, $4, $5 billion market cap token. Could be. Also, guys, I would keep an eye. I know this is a little tricky. I would keep an eye on the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? There's nothing that says this couldn't be a rune. Thinking about that live. Tricky on the spot because you don't have the same kind of liquidity. You don't have the platforms for normies to buy it. And you do need normies to buy this. Down the road, yeah. Down the road it could be. But, yeah. Solana's where you focus. Maybe ETH. Maybe we haven't seen the one yet. But keep your eyes, guys. This could be a multi-billion-dollar market cap token. This is the kind of thing you can retire from. So we need to keep on top of Nero. Super important. Yeah, wow. Yep. This is it. These are the opportunities you got to be here and ready for. This is why it's good to be ready and learn the tools and learn the ecosystems. Know what the dexes are. Know where to look at the charts. Know what tools you need to use to trade these things. You know, you can do it right on the dexes, but you can use these Telegram bots. But it's to be ready for something like this. Like, this is not a narrative or opportunity that comes up that often. You know? It's not often that the owner of Doge, of that dog, gets a new dog, right? It's a perfect narrative. So one of these is going to blow up, like absolutely explode. Maybe you got to look for a fresh twist on the dog meme, you know, like not just a cute dog, but like a little twist, but maybe not. Maybe it's just good old classic, you know, run it back. But we got to watch this, guys. This has to be an everyday thing we're checking in on, actually throughout the day, because one of these is going to become a core meme coin. It makes a lot of sense. So let's keep on top of that. Nero, I'm going to get exposure to one of these just to have skin in the game. Keeps me looking, you get skin in the game, make sure like once you got that skin in the game, you're looking. You're always watching something. You're watching the chart, you're checking X, you're checking your alpha groups. But there we go. I think that's Nero. I think that's our pup. And he's a good boy. Oh, and last point. I wonder if Nero stands for something. Nah, probably not. It's not like Kabosu. That didn't stand for anything. Dog did, Doge. Doing only good every day. Yeah. Okay. It's going to be cool. We'll keep our eye on it. Let's get to Trump. Actually, final comment here. Leap had a I think, pretty good take. Right? Let me get this straight. The actual owner of the original Doge dog gets a new dog to add to their family after their family dog passes away. And what does crypto community do? Takes a picture of her post, launches a coin, and extracts millions without giving her a penny. Yes, that's what we do. And this is normal. This is not even a problem. It's not a problem. This is the new normal. Everything, every moment gets tokenized, and I love it. Like, send her some money. I don't think she even gives a shit, but... Okay, so, I should be following here. You should follow Own the Doge. Wouldn't be shocked if she throws her support behind these guys and they launch an official Nero token, so keep your eye on Own the Doge. Right? That's the one that owns the IP. So watch that. All right. Random. Back to Robert Downey Jr. Here in the comics, it's the first time Iron Man, Tony Stark, was Doctor Doom. So, like, there's precedent for this. It's pretty neat. God, I'm such a dork. All right. Let's start getting to some Trumpy clips. Gravity, give me hell whenever you need to.
Elizabeth Warren and her goons, and she's very nasty to you. She hates your people. She hates everything about you. Will keep their hands off Bitcoin. They're going to keep their hands off crypto. They're going to let it grow. We're going to let it grow on day one.
I love that he talked about Bitcoin mooning. I think he said something like, he's like, in something about the price, he's like, how you guys say go to the moon. Something like that. It was fucking hilarious hearing him talking about tokens mooning.
I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman.
China, it's very possible. Yes. Doge, I'm pretty damn... Yeah, it is on ETH. I would think... No, I'm with you. I would think the next one would be on it, but also it's where the culture is. I'm not going to be shocked to see it on Solana. At the very least, Solana, Nero's going to have some very worthy competitors, So, we got to watch, man. It's a big, big, big opportunity. Hell, if you got like 5 soul, fire, one into multiple... and I think that may be a good strategy. What's up? Good to see you, Lemon.
I didn't know he was that unpopular.
Wait. Was that fire? I love that he said in this, and I just missed it there, but I think this was the clip. He said he's going to fire Gensler, which I love. He didn't know why. He says here, I think he says at one point, he's like, I don't know why you guys don't like him.
Gensler on day one. I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman.
Ah, good stuff. Thank you, Christian. That's right. And they got a whole NFT ecosystem over on Doge Chain. They do. Wait, I got to check that.
Unpopular. Well, I didn't know he was that unpopular. Let me say it again. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler. Whoa.
Yeah, Doge is on its own chain. I love it.
Let me say it again. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler. Whoa.
I always thought the Doge Chain NFTs would cook too. I really did. But things play out. Things take on a life of their own, and so far that hasn't happened. There's been some winners over there, by the way. Was chatting with them for a while to get them integrated on Crypto Slam. I don't know where we're at with that, But I always thought it would make sense to have NFTs cook over there too. It's, you know, such a memeable thing, but so far, no. Oh my God, Lemon, he really does. I mean, he's a master at that.
And we'll appoint a new SEC chairman who believes America should build the future, not block the...
I love it. I love some of his wording, too. I'm going to be clear, I don't like Trump. Not voting for the guy, but I loved hearing him say, we need to be the Bitcoin capital of the planet. That excites me like you wouldn't believe, man. Like, encouraging building here in the States is so important. He gets it, man. He gets that you can't... You know what he absolutely gets? If he doesn't understand anything else... He understands that you cannot stop this. And if we don't embrace it, we lose out to everyone else. And all the building happens everywhere else. And he understands that power needs to be here, and it does. It absolutely does. So again, knowledge may be limited, but he gets certain things about this that are so important.
Rule that every Bitcoiner knows by heart. Never sell your Bitcoin, right?
Love it.
That's right, isn't it?
Oh, I love that, Lemon.
That's right. How did I figure that one? Never sell your rule that every...
Don't fucking sell it. Guys, trade ordinals. You better be trading ordinals. You better be mining Bitcoin via ordinals. By the way, Las Vegas is Bitcoin 2025, which is cool. I would love to make it out there. I would love it. Should probably start planning now to make sure that happens. I don't want to miss it like I did this year. Man, there were a lot of great comments there. Again, love them, hate them, whatever. There's some great comments made. It's not a video. Yeah. Trump saying Bitcoin one day probably surpasses the market cap of gold, which is incredible. And he's probably right. And that can be decades in the future, but he's probably right. All right, let's see if any other juicy bits here. How'd you guys like the speech, by the way? Like, if we're like rated on a scale 1 to 10.
If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else. And if Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say, it's going to the moon, I want America to be the nation that leads the way. And that's what's going to happen. No, you're going to be very happy with me.
Tell you what, I love the idea of a borderless society. I do. I love it.
He's the greatest guy.
But it's not.
That's why I'm proud to be the first major party now.
And I do want it to be here.
To accept donations.
I want it to be everywhere.
Bitcoin and crypto.
Selfishly, I do want it to be here. I do.
That's where we are as a country. Ultimately, my promise to each and every one of you is this. I will be the pro-innovation and pro-Bitcoin president that America needs and our citizens deserve. This will be one industry, but this will be a thriving industry, a great industry, and I'm going to be doing the same thing for every other industry also. Our nation has never thrived by trying to censor new ideas and shut down the dreams of our people. America always planned...
Lemon, you watch Tim Pool. Is graphene the thing that, what's his name, Ian? Ian always talks about it. I think it's graphene.
Our flag on the next frontier.
Bitcoin's interesting because, yeah, it is both like gold as a store of value, but it's also a utility thing, too, if you think of it. If you believe Bitcoin's going to become smart like Ethereum, then Bitcoin powers its fuel. It's going to power an ecosystem, too. So Bitcoin is not just a store of value anymore.
On the bleeding edge. You live on a bleeding edge. You do know that, Bitcoiners, don't you? You are the modern day.
Okay, I'm pretty damn sure that's what the Ian dude always talks about. Graphene, yep. Dude, I watch like a maniac. I watch this guy on YouTube who takes circuit boards and stuff, and he like dumps acid. He's like a chemist, and he melts Bitcoin. He like smelts it into blocks and stuff. I love watching that stuff. I don't care who it is, but we need a pro crypto leader. We do. We really, really do. And I wish it were Harris. I do. And there's reports out there that Harris is meeting with, blockchain companies because she wants to reset relationships with the crypto industry, which is great. I don't care if it's Trump or Harris or whoever else is coming down the pipeline next. I just know we need a pro crypto leader here. Need it. It's not. I don't just want it. We need it because if we don't, it is elsewhere. It is, and there's no denying that. Oh, it's so cool, right? It's so cool. This is it's an important speech and it's a milestone. It is funny. It's funny that we've gotten so used to people talking about Bitcoin now that this doesn't move the needle the way that it used to, that it would have a couple years ago, and that it probably should actually now. Maybe it does if it looks like Trump is got the presidency locked up, and he definitely does not. He definitely does not. Harris has got some major energy behind her. Interesting. Yeah, dude, really. Dude, I'm going down this rabbit hole that was that flight in Indonesia from years in like a couple days, 15, 20, I don't even remember now, but that flight that disappeared. And I get into this conspiracy theory stuff where that plane was actually like teleported somewhere else. It's wild stuff, man. I don't not believe it. You know what I mean? Like I'm into weird ideas. But there's this guy, maybe I can find it even, but who's done a lot of digging and research, and he believes that plane was literally like teleported, that we actually have that tech. And the reason being that plane had all these semiconductors on it and a whole bunch of people who were all like defecting to China. We were trying to stop that cargo from getting there, and also those people. It's wild shit. And I love that stuff. Man, there's a lot of important stuff going on out there right now. And behind the scenes, Bitcoin is kind of at the core of a lot of it. A lot of it. Everything's changing, man. We're in a good time and a good place, fam. Us being in here now, paying attention, and hopefully holding Bitcoin. I hope everybody here has some, especially when you hear Michael Saylor's predictions for the price of Bitcoin, right? 3 million, 13 million, 45 million. I hope everybody here is holding some. Just keep tucking it away, guys. Yes. Okay. Exactly right. Exactly right, Miguel. It's a fascinating freaking theory. It is. Yeah, as far as how it'll impact this election, you're probably right there, honestly. It's probably not a deciding factor. But then again, these elections sometimes are decided by just a couple million votes. And of course, it matters where those votes are coming from. But it might be enough to tip the balance, to tip that scale. It might be. In theory, it is. It is. What is it? 50 million people in the States hold crypto. How many of those millions are diehards? Right? How many just own it, and how many are like us? And then even the guys like us, how many of us are single-issue voters, right, and are voting just because pro-crypto? The only thing that helps there is if people believe that crypto is their way out of the wrecking that's coming. Because it feels like it, right? It feels like we're going to get wrecked. It feels like it. I don't know. I don't feel like we're in a good spot at all right now. I don't. It feels like the worst has not hit us yet. Like the worst is still to come. Something feels off. I'm trying to find a video of that plane. It's funny because these videos look fake because they're so wild. They're so wild. But There's people who insist we have this tech to actually teleport shit. It's wild stuff. Oh god, I probably won't be able to find it. It'll take quite a bit of digging here. But worth digging if you like that kind of stuff, man. There's some really cool videos out there of it. That people insist having people that do like digital forensics, right? They say the video's not fake. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm just some fucking idiot. I have no idea. I'm trying. I want to find it if I can real quick. It's wild. God, I can't even remember the name of the dude who puts this content out. Flight 370? Oh, got it. If you've not seen this, and man, if you like this kind of stuff, there's a whole rabbit hole to go down. Again, this looks so crazy. It looks so crazy that it looks fake, man. But, yeah, Lemon's good at this shit, by the way. This almost 19-year cycle, man, and we're about to hit the tail end of it. And if so, scary fucking times ahead. Here's that flight. You're going to see these 3 orbs come in and start circling it. Apparently, these are unaltered videos. Again, it sounds crazy when you see what happens here. But I don't know, man. You see 1 orb come in, and you're going to see 2 more, and they start circling the plane. And again, it looks fake because it's so insane. There's a fire on the plane right now, too, right? There was some lithium ion batteries here, and they caught fire, and they exploded. And it was legitimately on fire here. But then this plane got teleported, apparently. So these things jump in and they start circling it, and all of a sudden you're going to see the plane go poof. And it looks so fucking fake. It does. But I'm not shocked by, man, I'm not shocked by anything these days. Like, at all. Man, there it goes. Come on, it looks fake, right? Like, you show this to somebody and you tell them you think this actually happened, and they'll think you're nuts. I don't know, man. I don't believe anything we're told. I don't. I'm that kind of person. I don't believe anything anymore. And I've been that way for a few years. COVID is what really flipped me. Not me thinking COVID was fake, but I saw when it started coming out and people were dying in China and stuff, and we were saying, nothing's going on. Yeah, we're fine. Nothing's happening. I'm like, oh, shit, they're lying. They're lying because it was a disaster out there. And as simple as like when they were blocking roads and locking people in their homes and stuff, and people were just dropping like flies, and we're saying it's like nothing's happening. That's what told me they lie to us. Hang on. Flat Earth. This I got to read. Flat Earthers, the perfect evidence that some people believe literally 0 words. Yes, yeah. Now that's true. Happy to say I'm not that far gone. But if I see a video like this and I hear people that do this kind of like video digital forensics saying they're not fake videos, if I hear it, I'm like, I'm interested at least. At the very least, I'm interested, and I believe we're lied to so much that I'll entertain this. Right? I believe we have tech that we don't know about. I don't know if this is real. But do I believe we have got some wild ass tech that we probably can't even comprehend? Yeah, I do. Like, I lean towards, yeah, we probably do. Good morning, Tickle. Good to see you, man. There's more Trump stuff. Oh, no, they definitely exist. Cryptophagia, they definitely exist, and they're nutty. They definitely exist. It's similar. They're similar to these people who say there's like a Joe Biden clone out there, right? That say there's like these body doubles, which I bet there are body doubles. But people who are looking at the videos from the past week and saying Biden grew 6 inches, like, come on, they're nuts. They think that's real. When it's so obviously a perspective thing, right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, this video of Joe and Jill Biden walking out from the White House after his Oval Office speech last week. And Joe Biden's like 2 to 5 feet behind him, and these photos are taken from the bottom of a set of stairs. So there's probably like 3 feet of stairs, right? and the pictures are up. They're angled up. And so Joe Biden looks really, really tall. And these guys insist it's not the real Joe Biden, it's a body double because he's so much taller. Because Joe Biden looks like, like a foot low, maybe even a foot and a half shorter than him. And how some people can't comprehend it's an angle thing and a distance thing boggles the mind. And then you remember there's people who believe in the flat earth. It was interesting, Lemon, because I can buy into the idea that initially it was a very, very different strain, like more potent. And also a lot of those videos were fake too. A lot of those videos we saw people like dropping, like this is where it's interesting. A lot of those videos are from years ago. They were random people dropping, right? But they were put out there as in they were all COVID people and had COVID, dropped dead out of nowhere. But to me it was the quarantine, like the fact that cities were being blocked off and people were being locked. That's the stuff that freaked me out. And I'm like, oh, this isn't nothing. This is potentially a really big deal. And then you had like a major university in Australia who did a study, and it said, like they projected like 300 million people worldwide would die from it. I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay, this is a big deal. It's from a legitimate place. And then here on the news, like, it's nothing, guys. Nah, don't even worry. Like, don't even look at it. It's like, it's nothing. I'm like, this isn't nothing. I don't know what it is exactly, but I'm like, it's not nothing. And then telling us it's nothing is when I started prepping. I prepped. I bought supplies and shit. Because I'm like, I know what happens if shit hits the fan. And luckily it didn't, but we saw what happens to some degree when people think that it's going to. So that's really when things change. When I knew they lied to us, but that's when I knew, like, to our face. They lie to you when something's clearly happening, and they're telling you nothing's happening. So going back to that video, I'm not shocked if there's crazy-ass tech that could teleport a plane or something. I would not be shocked if that were true. And even if it's not, it's pretty fucking cool still. Like, it's a fun, entertaining rabbit hole to go down. So I like that shit. I'll never say this is real. I don't know, but can part of me, can I believe that it could be real? Yeah. But I'd love to see this get in the hands of somebody who we all trust, right? That could do those forensics and tell us for sure. That would be cool. But this is on my radar. It is a lot. I've been following this more and more and more. It's interesting at the very least. Okay, Otherside. And then if we got time, a little more on Trump and Tickle. If you want to come up for the tail end and share some stuff about the conference there in Nashville, or if you want to come up on Chain Reactor this week, either way. But let's check out the other side. We'll check out Steve, formerly known as, NFT Bark. Let's start. Well, let's go down how he lays it out. The good, the bad, the opportunity, all that good stuff. So let's start with the good. And setting this up, right? This is Yuga Labs soft launching the other side. Their first main event there, right? They've had these like trips to the other side. I can't remember the exact name. You could just go and run around and, thousands of people, super fucking cool, showing off the tech. This is their first actual get in there and play a game. Like, pew pew, shoot at each other. That's cool. Sounded cool. On paper should be really fucking cool.
Was a beautiful play environment. As expected, we've seen this before from the other side. And you
cool.
were able to
Tickle, pencil in. Let's do it.
That sense of identity is something I know I really like. You can see this great shot that Fundy8 got of me and him ripping it up in the gameplay.
So initially, like, good. Your digital identity, jump in a game and use it. At first, when I was listening to Steve talk about this, I'm like, it's cool. Doesn't move the needle much. Like, it's okay. And I go back to Destiny. I think of my character. I'm like, love my character in the game. I've had 10 years playing with that character almost. But then I'm like, I don't give a shit. If my character gets zapped, whatever. I make a new character. It's a little different if you have a character that becomes interoperable, and I can use it in this game, and then I could use it in Destiny, and then I could use it in Grand Theft Auto. That's a little different if I have a forever character. So I do think that's cool seeing it in here.
They literally flew into the experience as my ape and then dipped my way in. Some nice game mechanics, some rail slides, and the movement was really nice within the environment, particularly good when the game itself, the shooting game, was not live. I think there's some promise to an open world opportunity like this, especially as it ties to identity surrounding sort of our NFTs we own.
Definitely.
Now let's get to the bad.
That's the only good thing he had to say about it. If he does a segment on the good, and the only thing he had to say good about it was digital identity, kind of yikes. You know? And I agree, it's good. I like it. But that was the only good thing he had to say.
There's really no two ways about it. At least for me, we own. Now let's get to the bad. There's really no two ways about it. At least for me, the game itself, the shooter game, was not fun.
Yikes.
It was not a great experience. It was glitchy. It was.
You put out a game, because the future of this shit's gaming, supposedly, right? Supposedly. And the game's not fun? Yikes. Yeah, Huddle, dude, this is one of those, I don't know how to feel. Because I truthfully don't know. You know, like on science, I guess, says that yes, jet fuel can't melt steel beams. And also then I don't know. I don't know how that's different when a jet sits there and is melting those beams and burning for how long? Like an hour? More? I don't know. I can't. I want to find conspiracy theories in places. Like, I know there's more to 9/11. I know for sure. For sure. They're not telling us a fraction of what really happened. But when I look at it, I'm like, it still feels like that was real, as in plane hits, massive fire, melts something, gets hot enough to, you know, make the top cave in. I don't know with that one. Open to everything there. But I don't know if the conspiracy theory there is how exactly the building came down. I think it's more about who did it and the whys and stuff like that. Yeah, there was building number 7 went down, and they say it was hit by debris, and that's why that one came down. That one's a little weird, but I don't know. There's definitely weird shit in that.
It was chaotic, and look, Garga set this expectation up front. It was going to be a lot of people together.
Dude, you gotta call this an alpha. Don't say you're launching Project Dragon. Or you can't say we're launching Project Dragon. It's gonna get better. Just know that this is rough. Dude, call it an alpha. Call it pre-alpha. You know, like that works with gamers. Gamers get that. Gamers get what that means. It's going to be janky as hell.
It was going to be pretty crazy. So we did know that was going to happen, but the glitchiness that apparently did not show up, again, seeing this Garga tweet where he said that there was glitchiness that was...
And you know what? They don't do themselves any favors, Lemon, the fact that we know they lie about so much. So they let these conspiracy theories foster. And rightfully so, because they don't tell us shit. They don't tell us shit, so of course these things come up. And of course certain things become unbelievable, because we've got a fraction of the info. So yeah, we jump to conclusions because there's holes everywhere because they don't tell us shit.
Unexpected made it a little bit tough. For example, you can see this video here of me and Von Frunten.
Hey guys, let's launch a shooter. Let's launch a shooter where you can't actually shoot and kill people. Come on. Again, they tested with a few hundred people. Very different than when you get a few thousand in. I get it. It's rough. Call it an alpha.
He's twerking at me. He's on the other team. I am shooting at him relentlessly. Wasn't able to kill him. He shoots back at me. He wasn't able to kill me.
Yes, sir, Lemon.
I'd say one in every maybe 4 to 5 spawns, I was able to actually kill and be killed. So that experience itself wasn't particularly great. And of course, if you're competing with other first-person shooter games, if that's the direction they're going, which I'll get to in a second, I think they could go some other directions with this. It's not going to be competitive with things like a Fortnite or a Call of Duty or a Halo. But of course, again, this was a play test. It was super early on. It's a blockchain game with thousands of people.
It looks bad.
There's going to be some opportunity there for sure.
Man, it looks really bad.
So let's get into the opportunity.
Okay, so the good, you get to run around as your PFP. The bad, the game ain't fun. Right? It wasn't just that the game wasn't like good looking or that it was like laggy or a little glitchy. It wasn't fun. That's what he said. Now that's the part I'm not sure. Because Christian said it was actually fun, like he had a good time. But dude, that's pretty crazy that the game isn't fun. I think that's kind of wild, guys. That's a problem if the game ain't fun. And would it be that much more fun if the shots actually landed? It doesn't look like a fun game to me. I like chaos. Again, I like playing with a bunch of people. So that's fun just all by itself, but this doesn't look to me like a fun game. And without having played it, maybe it was a blast being in there.
For sure.
What's up, Luna? Good to see you, man.
So let's get into the opportunity as I see it. there's going to be a lot of people who have bad experiences because they're
Christian, what parts of it were fun to you? And yeah, totally right. Again, I guarantee, guys, if we all hopped in there, like us, this gang here, I bet if we all hopped in there, I would have had a blast. Because I just think it's funny as shit running around with my buddies, you know? And us actually probably wandering off from the core game and us finding out somewhere else to go fuck around and break stuff. So I bet I would have had fun. But people saying the game itself isn't fun, and that's just Steve right now.
Simply looking,
it's not a great statement for the game. Is it suddenly more fun because bullets are landing? Maybe
at that shooter experience game.
I'll save my comments here.
Technical aspects or the other things they accomplished here.
Yeah,
so
Captain.
If I was
yep.
Yuga, as soon as this week, I would start setting up smaller game environments with this same experience. Maybe give one of the many areas on the map that they had there to let people play in as groups of
Good morning, Benny.
10, 20, even 100, where they could sign up for and do those identity-based matchups. But again, even as soon as this week, I would consider running those tests and letting people see it on a 5v5, 10v10, 20v.
Like that. Do that. Smaller scale to start and have it like Apes versus Me Bits versus Moonbird. You know what I mean? Set up battles between communities. That's a cool way to make it fun. You know, you can build out fun at deeper layers. And then it all fills out to this, you know, much broader experience. But there's ways you could do this that would be more fun. It just, again, it speaks to how late in the game they are as far as when they're starting the building. And they haven't been building this for years like they should have been. They've been building this a couple months, which is still crazy to me. Yeah, running around, jumping on buildings, flying. So it's why I like those journeys to the other side. Again, I forget the names, but when you actually could go to the other side and just do all that stuff, that was cool. Like, I'm a simple man. Just give me a sandbox to run around and fuck around in. That's kind of all I need. Like, I kind of feel like we don't need the shooting yet, you know? Like, show that off when it's a little more ready. It doesn't seem like it was there.
V20, 50v50, something that maybe isn't quite as chaotic and maybe is less glitchy as they go forward. I think that would do a lot for them reputationally, because I know there are some people who had a lot of perspectives on this one because it didn't exactly go as planned. The second thing I would do for them is I would pivot to less involved experiences.
Curious to hear what he's going to say here. I'd like to hear his thoughts on what he thinks, as somebody who played it, what he thinks they should have done. Less involved, huh?
Especially now. So we've seen what it looks like with 1,000 people trying to shoot at each other, throw grenades, claim beacons and areas. I would consider things like scavenger hunts, races, parkour, almost a Roblox-like environment.
So that's what they do with the improbable stuff, like the engine. That's what others have done with it. Because keep in mind, the environment, I'll say the engine that powers the other side, anyone can use. Anyone can build off of that. And so I've seen guys like Bored Elon Musk, who's part of this team, building out experiences like that. Like he's describing here, these Roblox experiences over on Avalanche. They're races. Everybody's racing. First, you know, the finish line wins, and people are winning. They're winning crypto over there. They're winning, like, you know, money prizes. And it's just running and jumping over shit and collecting things. So, yeah, that's probably the direction it should go for now. I think it's way too early for real gameplay, right? Like the shooting stuff and even an MMO, which is where I really hope it goes. I really hope this becomes an MMO like they initially promised. Like just a cool, living, breathing world with some RPG elements to it. I hope it gets there.
Testing and learning more, letting people have fun and experience that with their apes. Almost like a sandbox model, if you think about it. I know that they've tested that before, but I would offer a multitude of experiences for the Yuga Labs ecosystem and potentially have prizing involved in those. So you get people to test it, get in it. Maybe there's even a small entry fee for some of them for people who are non-Yuga fans or non-Yuga holders. And those people then have the chance to win prize money or prize opportunities or prizing items.
I don't know who'd pay for that right now.
Testing it and trying different types of experiences. And we know that seems to be the plan that they're working
Poker night
on,
seems cool. I like that.
Poker tournament coming up, and they do talk about the ODK.
Worth mentioning, they've just put out this like this dev kit for building in the other side, which is great. We might start seeing some really cool content coming from the community. Again, this should have been Yuga 2 years ago. They should have been building a really cool core experience and then let everybody build on, but there's no core experience yet.
Otherside development kit, allowing people to actually build out their own experiences potentially in the future. So I think they are headed that way.
Yep.
Now the challenge here, which
on the right track. Again, with Crypto Garga, these guys are definitely on the right track here. but it's still years out till we get to anything that's meaningful, that is normie ready, or hell, even Web3 degen / gamer ready. We're a while off, man, and that's the bummer. And because it's taken so long, and because it's going to continue to take so long, they're giving everybody else the chance to catch up. Like Nifty Island could be the one. What Bored Elon Musk is doing, that could be the one. There's other people who are building this stuff out right now. Otherside's advantage right now is still just their name, the size of the size of that brand. You know, that they're probably going to attract more builders into that ecosystem, right? In theory, you have a much bigger audience to put your own built games in front of. That's their only advantage right now.
I think to many people is probably pretty obvious, which is how are you going to gain scale, product market fit, and attention?
Huddle, I fucking love that, brother. Yes, take the engine, go partner with some existing game or IP, and get their devs over here. Get them over here, and have them start like integrating blockchain. I love that, man. Get a game like Final Fantasy, 14 or some shit, That'd be cool, or a bigger shooter kind of, you know what I mean? There's some opportunities out there to do that. Would even be cool to get some of those in and not making it their core game, but also like building out like an expansion that kind of happens here in the other side. That'd be cool. There's just a lot they could do, This
example, you can see this video here of me and Von Frunten. Maybe a lot of people.
It's just not it.
Twerking shoots back at me. He was opportunity as I see it. There's going to be a lot of people who have bad experiences.
Just not quite it.
Blockchain-based games don't just compete with other blockchain-based games. They're competing with other games. They're competing.
What's
with
up, Ship? Good to see you, man.
They're competing with Call of Duty. They're competing with my time playing with my kids, hanging with my dogs, or working out. So what do you do to get me into that environment to play those games? There's going to have to be an incentive and a carrot with a product market fit.
Yep.
I don't know if it's pricing.
It's got to be big prizes too.
Different types of games. I don't know if it's NFTs continue to advance. So you see other people with.
Put some Bored Apes as prizes. That would work. Put some Meebits as prizes. That would work. Have like a year-long tournament. Honestly, have a year-long tournament where maybe your status on the leaderboard carries forward to each event. End of the year, it's a CryptoPunk you win, right? Put a big carrot at the end of that stick, a big one, and people will then put up with the jankiness. Big prizes, man. That's what we do in Web3, man. That's what we do in this space. We do big prizes. If you can go, why would you waste time in this if you can go play shit coins and retire? You can. Why would you come play a video game for a tiny-ass little prize? You got to make them big, big prizes, and you got to give a lot of it. A lot. You got to make it really, really rewarding for this community.
With identity-based things that they want to attach to the game. But I think the challenge still remains as product market fit. It is a big, bold swing that Yuga is taking for sure, and I commend them for continuing to do so. I overall had a good time today. I hopped in a Discord chat with some of my friends. We joked, we laughed, we had fun, and at the same time, we were able to be critical of the experience while also understanding it's an early test. But that was just my experience. I'd be curious to hear what other people thought, whether you experienced.
Yeah, so it's kind of like we were expecting, just not great. Always fun hanging with your buddies, right? That's the good part of it. That's the best part of Otherside. Hang with thousands of your buddies. Like, that's fucking cool. Make it rewarding. Make it very, very rewarding. Figure out the gameplay loop that's actually fun, that makes you actually excited to come back. There's ways to do this, and I think, 2 years in, should have figured out the way to do that. Better late than never. Yeah, honestly, maybe it just ends at that. It's better late than never. Hoping these guys get it together. Hope that was the worst iteration of that. I'm not confident that it is. I'll say that. They say this is the worst version of it you will see, and that this is coming out monthly now. I'm not so sure that it's the worst iteration we'll see. They are so early in development there. They're so early, and maybe this speaks to them not really being gamers, or I could say at least experienced in building games. I don't think you should put that out there that this is the worst iteration. I mean, you don't want to put out that it could be worse. You don't want to say that either, but pretty good chance we're going to see shittier iterations of that. Pretty good chance that we see the next iteration get delayed because something goes wrong last minute, right? Or they got to roll back to this iteration so it's the same experience. I'm not convinced that it gets bigger, better in a month. I hope it does. I really hope it does. I'm rooting for them. And a ton of potential still, but It just didn't look great. It didn't look great. At the same time, just hanging with buddies is always a good time. That's why I like doing this. Just hanging with you guys is fun. And would love to do this in a social, kind of gamified environment too. So that's why there's potential. Christian, glad you stopped by, man. Glad you had fun with us too. Honestly, I think that's super cool. Let's see. More Trump. No, I'll save all that. Definitely going to get more into the Trump stuff tomorrow on Chain Reactor. Anything else? Anything else big I missed, guys, from this weekend? I think it's been crazy with conferences and stuff, right? So a lot of people still out there. But I think the space, you know what? It feels ready to cook. It feels ready to cook. You know, like once everybody's back and we're back to trading, we digest everything that's happened in the past week. Feels like we're in a really good spot here. Be prepared, guys, for the Mt. Gox Bitcoin. It started making out last week, right? It's not really made its way to the market yet. And that still is to come. And I hope the space is still prepared, that they don't think we're over that hurdle, because that's still coming. We're still going to get a bunch of Bitcoin hitting the market. We'll have that sell pressure. Will the ETFs eat that up? They have historically. Over the past few weeks, we saw it did. They did eat up that Bitcoin. So we'll see. But that will have an impact on the market. We've not seen it yet. Won't be shocked to see a down week here. And especially over the next few weeks, it could be months. And so to me, the next milestone is the FTX crypto. It's going to be cash at that point, but FTX money making it back to creditors, again, in the form of cash. A lot of that I think is rolled into crypto. So things to look forward to, but months off. We'll see how this week goes. Man, Grand Theft Auto with this stuff would be magic. That's where I hope this all is heading. It's where I think it's heading. Years out, but it's where I think it's heading. Guys, like always, thank you for hanging out, joining. I think today, I wasn't sure if it's yesterday or today, but I think it's either way, yesterday or today, 1 year anniversary of this channel, which is so cool. So thank you for tuning in today, but also you guys who've been here all along, whether you joined a couple months ago or from very early on. Appreciate you guys hanging, tuning in. 2,000 plus of you, which is wild. So thank you for joining me on the journey. It's my favorite hanging with you guys, really is. You know, out of the few shows that I do over on Crypto Slam and here, this is where my heart is right here. So appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for following along. And I'll see you tomorrow morning for your morning update. Guys, have a great Sunday. Go touch some grass. See you tomorrow.